winner and a who will survive the relegation. It is going to be match number 1 of the relegation. It's going to be Arctic Gaming taking on JungleBookSquad. Suijay and Verum, you have the call.
Ooh, I'm going to learn this match so good, Jump. It's going to be great. As we get in here with game number 1. First game of the day, starting bright and early here with EU. Of course, both of these teams are fighting to stay in the top 8. Suijay, we're seeing a bit of a party going on in mid. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, Neon just needs to scale a little bit. She's not level 2, like Tulin got level 2, so now they can rotate and have a more aggressive rotation. But Ryoma down here, he is exerting his dominance because early game Ryoma is so strong. And Heartstock actually played jungle on Wednesday, and now he's playing side lane. So this team is actually very flexible, and this is a nice invade here using Ryoma's early game power.
Yeah, going in here, finding potential pick here as well as that, trying to find that snipe onto the red here. And that early game jungle disruption, this to me has been the mark of the solid teams. That upper echelon is how they time out these jungle rotations, because it's not about the all-in. Just because you can do it doesn't necessarily mean that you should. It's about finding those ideal timings, finding those minuscule early game power spikes to get any advantage you can over your opponent. And if you finding that read on where they're going to be, that vision, that is going to help you so much here. So already the fact that JungleBook is coming out on top, I love it.
Yeah, and look at the dragon side here. And you see Ryoma winning lane. Instead of putting Wonder Woman against Ryoma, Ryoma's going to dominate the Joker early game. They're going to win the dragon side of the map here. You saw them invade their bottom jungle. So Arctic Gaming is starting to fall behind because Ryoma, level 1, level 2, he has kind of have 2 abilities level 1. He has his Nagin Jutsu, which every 5 seconds has his huge long-range hit. And he has his Wailing Blade, which has a long stun. So this is why Ryoma, when you pick him, he's so dominant early game, gives you that early pressure to then win the dragon side of the map. This is exactly what's happening right here.
I was going to say, speaking of pressure, we are already seeing the pressure coming in, being exerted here on the Dragon. It looks like Arctic is going to try and respond to this, though. They're going to try and contest this as best they can, pulling it around all over the place here. Interesting positioning now, and going in, still going the way here of JungleBook to start this out. Mowgli taking a bit of damage. Kappa is going in, trying to find a takedown here as Heartstock's able to get out. But the first blood goes the way of JungleBookSquad, finding a double here, going in onto Arctic Gaming. That went exactly how they wanted.
Yeah, such a good job by the Lindis there, securing the dragon, and then you can see the movement buff she gets from Tread Softly from the bush. She was able to chase down and kill Frika, unfortunately, getting hit by that double auto attack passive that she has coming off the brush. So really nicely done by the side of JungleBook. They knew that they won the early game. They abused Ryoma's early game aggression, won the dragon side. And look at the top map here. See if Wonder Woman's able to survive from pushing the top.
Yeah, and I keep seeing Max just like back in base, walking back to lane, back in base, walking back to lane. I feel like he's been pushed out of lane like a couple times so far. So at least outside of Arctic, you're getting a victory somewhere, and it is this Wonder Woman right now. But they are finding value everywhere else on the map right now. So I think they're not too bad in losing that trade.
Yeah, now you're going to see the next setup here is JungleBook's going to try to get a gank. As soon as Max turns level 4, they can start making some huge plays. And I love the pressure that Arctic Gaming's doing. They know that Ryoma is abusing his power against the Joker here, and then they're rotating down 4-man into the dragon side of the map.
Yeah, finding lots of damage onto Oxy there as well. Mowgli, though, being that front line for his squad, able to back up, but damn, seeing that damage coming in from Ruiz is solid. That Liliana poke in the early game, we talk about it time and time again for such good reason. So not able to find that initial kill, though, for the side of Arctic Gaming. Yeah. They're kind of feeling, I don't want to say a little bit flustered. I feel like they've been trying to make some plays, but it just hasn't worked out. JungleBookSquad has just been a little bit further
and they had to back off. Max actually used his ability, Lift Off. When you saw the little eyes over all of the side of Arctic Gaming, they knew that Max was looking for a pick. So when you see that, you need to back off because you try to dive tower, Max can just fly across the map, make a play, and get some kills. However, Wonder Woman is winning the trade on the Slayer side of the map there, which is going to be really good for Arctic Gaming in the mid-game phase because look at it, she's ahead and winning the trade against the Max.
We're going to see how that Max plays in, because again, that was one of my X factors for the side of JungleBookSquad here. But I have to say, they are doing so good everywhere else that it's actually less of a factor here. But I want to watch this Joker here. If he can get some good poke in, soften up the side of JungleBookSquad here, that is going to be crucial for this next engage. As Heartstock's going in, taking a lot of damage to start this off, though. Freak is standing up, but not able to confirm the kill there. The heal is going to come out, and they do secure themselves another early dragon. JungleBookSquad is looking so solid here in this early game, and this was, again, things they need to do. They need to get ahead early up against Arctic.
Yeah, and you saw what Max did again. He actually uses Liftoff and enforced the side of Arctic to back off when the dragon was low and help JungleBook secure the dragon, because if, again, Max has liftoff, he's launching towards them, they want to back up because they know that it's going to be a 5v4 in that situation, and that's why Dragon was so easily taken by the side of JungleBook. And now they're ahead by a nice 2k gold lead.
The idea of threat creation here. I want to talk about this because
perception, right?
The perception, yes. Because here's the thing, Max doesn't even necessarily need to leave this lane. He hasn't actually yet, and that's a problem that we often see with Max. As you look at your solo queue Max, they go in, they overcommit, they dive towers, don't find the kills, and those are looking for it up there onto Wonder Woman as well, not able to secure that. But they often put themselves in precarious situations, we could say, but they're not using him like this here. They're actually using it for that vision above all, but the damage from the side of Arctic Gaming is strong here onto JungleBook, but the turn is real. This Lumber has been shut down, or chopped down left, right, and center here from JungleBook.
Yeah, again, this was interesting engaged by the side of Arctic. You know, they have 3 people. Wonder Woman's already chunked. She used her ultimate. Bracelets of Submission was used to get away and survive that top lane rotation, and then they tried to engage. The Zill went in there and tried to engage, and as a result, the 4v3 didn't work out in the side of Arctic favor, and this is going to continue to put more dominance and basically advantage over to the side of JungleBook.
The idea of cooldown management, it's not only managing your cooldowns, but managing the cooldowns of your opponents as well. Right, Wonder Woman just blew her ult. She's down her initiation tool. She's down her saving grace. They're not going to be able to get herself out of a tough situation, so let's instantly rotate. Let's capitalize on a potential weakness here and exploit it. They weren't quite able to get the most success there, but they did manage to find a kill there in that top lane, and now they're getting so much pressure down here into the bottom. Oxy, that Lindis is going to start ramping up now, that traditional carry position. Watch for that here. Ryoma has been doing work in the early game. Watch as Lindis starts to transition here and sort of take over that main damage.
Yeah, and I love these rotations from the side of JungleBook. They want the, again, they're winning the dragon side. That's 3 dragons stacked on the side of JungleBook. This puts them at a significant gold lead and also an experience lead. Look at the levels there. Already double digits on the side of JungleBook. Now they're able to push this level lead and gold lead and really hit down some towers. And now that's 2 towers and 3 dragons. This is looking really good for JungleBook.
JungleBookSquad is doing, they found the jungle playbook here because they are pulling out everything so far in this early game. It just feels like Arctic can't respond right now. We saw a little bit of an inkling of what future team fights could look like there. We saw the Liliana damage come through. If they can start to convert that into some kills, that'll be big here for them. But I really need to see the side of Arctic make some more concise rotations. They need to get aggressive, find and invade themselves. They need to pick Max, get this top tower, open up the Slayer side so that the force rotation from JungleBook, move back down, get a dragon of their own, and then start to come back in this game.
Yeah, the key for Arctic here, they need to get a pick here instead of getting picked, which is exactly what happened to the Joker. They have a lot of initiation too. Liliana has so much poke. Lumber, Wonder Woman, and Liliana have stuns in their kit. So as long as they can rotate and get a pick off the side of JungleBook, they can get back in this game. But right now, they're losing objectives, and they're getting picked themselves, and it's going to be a really hard game to come back for the side of Arctic Gaming.
All of Liliana needs to do is land 1 key stun. If Kappa is there on that Zill to follow up, like the side of JungleBookSquad is following up there on that Lumber once again, this guy's had the worst game. I'm feeling bad for this Lumber right now. If they can find that 1 big stun, find the follow-up, find the Lumber ult, find the Wonder Woman, if they can chain that CC, if they can get a pick on a crucial squishy, I should say, they need to stick to the side of JungleBookSquad. They need to get into that back line. That is what they need to be doing right now, but they cannot make it happen so far. They're just playing scared in this instance because JungleBookSquad is pushing them in everywhere.
Yeah, JungleBookSquad is doing such nice, tight movements. These tight rotations is really what's helping them win these trades. You can see on the side of Arctic, they're kind of getting caught out. Like, for example, Frika getting caught out as a Lumber. And because he is a support, he's level 7 compared to level 12 and 11. If you get hit by a level 12 and 11, you're level 7, your tankability is not really a tank anymore because you're such a lower level.
Yeah, this is huge. The tower is actually surviving, though, and that was crucial. 1 more auto. Oh no, Arctic came in, so the minions died and the backdoor protection came in. They weren't quite able to secure that tower, which actually cost the takedown there onto that Chognar. That was huge. Freakin' crew were there. That was massive for the side of Arctic Gaming. They needed that first takedown to start to build some morale here, and now they're looking to follow up, trying to find this initiation onto the Max in the top lane. That is going to be the kill there once again. There we go. A slight misstep from the JungleBookSquad, not taking down that crucial tower is ending up costing them, and again, now we're seeing Arctic start to come back.
Yeah, this is such well played by them. That beautiful Wonder Woman lasso, pulling back Max, getting the kill. And that's what they needed. They needed the turtle, wait for the side of JungleBook to make a mistake. Mowgli kind of went in on his own by himself, got focused down under tower. They got the kill, then they get another kill, and this helps them give some breathing room, but they are still down a good 7K. So if they keep this up and play more passive and turtle, they have a chance to make it back in this game.
They need to be careful, though. Ruiz needs to not walk into the entire enemy team, and they're actually blowing out a big cooldown there from Frika. The rest of the team is going to look to initiate, though. It is actually a body advantage for the side of Arctic Gaming right now, as Ruiz and crew are trying to chase this down, but very smartly retreating are the JungleBook squad. They're just getting so much annoying poke here in this top side of the map, and I love prioritizing that Dragon lane early, getting that control, and now prioritizing Slayer lane. This is exactly what we'd like to see from these squads. They're looking to initiate, though, onto the back line, trying to find Seal. The Joker damage there for the turn onto Hardstuck. Is getting solo, able to survive. No, finally taken down. That is a nice pick off there. Frika is solo, trying to survive in this fight. They're scrapping all over the map right now. All the carries are trying to do work as Mowgli is getting chased down by Kappa, able to be picked up there by the Lindis. Beautifully done as they're tracing down the rest of the side of Arctic Gaming here. But no, able to turn once more. What a crazy brawl. Both teams finding takedowns across the board.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight there. Ryoma went so aggressive, and then the Wonder Woman jumps in there and ults and stuns and gets the kill on Ryoma. But then you see the back line. Max actually comes in and gets onto the Joker because Joker took so much damage from Ryoma. And you can see the Max using his lift off to then focus the back line, killing the Joker, and that wins the trade there for JungleBook. And this puts basically Arctic at mostly an even-ish trade, I guess, because they are behind, but them getting kills actually helps them a little bit more. But now, with the way that the fight came out, no one really came out ahead.
Yeah, I mean, able to convert another tower for the side of JungleBook squad maybe slightly is going to put them in the lead there. But again, I think for Arctic as much, this is just a moral victory here at this stage because they are yet to find a single tower on the map, and that's not an ideal situation for them right now. They need to start to get some control in terms of structure lead here because at this stage, if they lose a crucial wipe, if they get ace, they could just look to end if you're the side of the JungleBook squad right now. So they need to be able to return on this. Arctic Gaming has a long road ahead if they want to come back in this game.
Yeah, and if you look at the items, look at the jungler compared to the Zill. I mean, the gold difference is massive. Lindis has 9.3 gold and 5 tier 3 items completed. Zill just finished his 3rd tier 3 item, so the damage is lacking on the side of Arctic. They need to continue to turtle and get to level 15 because every fight they're going to fight, they're at a huge damage and level disadvantage right now. So they need to turtle and get picks when people are out of position.
But speaking of out of position, Oxy stepped too far forward, and they will turn. Beautifully done coming from the side of Arctic Gaming. Joker was able to survive through there, and Kappa as well. That Zill was on an HP. That is not an ideal situation, but his team was able to turn, and this is the Arctic Gaming that we know. This is why they are here in the top 8. Of course, still fighting for relegation, but those are the clutch plays they're able to pull out in those situations, and now JungleBook smartly backing up here. They don't want to... Oh, I may have spoken too soon. They maybe actually look to go in and try and find an engage right here. This is risky 4v5.
Yeah, they should. Arctic needs to play more aggressive here. They want, it's a 4v5. This is their chance to get back in the game, catch up with some farm, exert some more dominance. Oh, and Zill jumps in there, and he does not get caught out there.
If Ryoma had found the stun at that crucial moment, at the apex of that transition, that could have been disastrous because we saw what happened when the carry of the side of JungleBook tried to chase a kill. We saw it happens sometimes when you chase those kills, you overextend, you put one toe too far out of line, and they discovered that here. But now we have the side of the JungleBook squad up here onto this Dark Slayer taking an aggressive play. But again, they know they're so far ahead that they can take risks like this, and they're actually maybe looking to bait out the side of Arctic here.
Yeah, it's a little dangerous here. Which side gets the Dark Slayer is going to have a huge advantage. And interestingly, Arctic there, when they got the kill on Lindis, which is their main damage source on the side of JungleBook, they needed to exert map control. They actually stayed on their side of the jungle, weren't pushing waves aggressively, and as a result, they got nothing out of that kill on Lindis. No objective, no Dark Slayer, and that was their chance to really turn that kill into a comeback potential.
And it's, again, I really harped on this a lot on last Saturday, the week number 1, being able to convert kills into map objectives. That is one of the most crucial elements here of this game, and especially like when you're ahead, get further ahead, when you're behind, able to start to recover, start to get back some of this infrastructure, because we look at the gold difference right now, almost a 10k gold difference. Arctic Gaming has not been able to make a dent in the piggy bank of JungleBook squad right now, and if they can find Zunk here, this could be huge. All the damage is coming through onto him. The turn, the follow-up stun is there. The lumber is going to be there as well, but we see Mowgli doing so much work here on that Shognar. Having that CC reduction is massive, but they are dishing out the damage damage from the side of Arctic. Wonder Woman is an absolute beast, able to find that takedown there, but Lindison's crew, they are able to turn now. The Wonder Woman is fallen, and Frika is trying to peel for his squad, but they cannot do so as Oxy is just too strong.
Yeah, although they did kill Mowgli, wow, look at this Max play here. He gets the kill on the back line. Very nice play by the side of Max Madeline here. But the thing is, Arctic was focusing the Chognar, and if you want to focus the tank, you want to kite back and not get damaged by the Lindis. If you don't kill Oxy, who is the main carry in the team, along with Ryoma and Tulin, the damage dealers, then there's no way Arctic's going to win these fights. They have to try to focus and kill the Lindis or lock down the Tulin and kill him. Because you saw Tulin using his Thunderbird ultimate to secure some kills from the back line there and basically was not even touched.
I'm watching this fight thinking, wow, that Wonder Woman's surviving a really long time. I wonder, oh, it's a 4v5. Max is split pushing the bot lane, and they got a high ground tower. Oh, that's
exactly
what's going on. I'm like, man, JungleBookSquad's not looking as solid. That's because it was a straight 4v5.
Yeah, and you can see the lumber landed. You landed a good. Oh, we
the Wonder Woman lumber combo was there.
Initiation. They have to initiate on the carries, but instead they decide to focus the Chognar instead, and that's why the 5v4 just didn't turn out in their favor. And then Max is kind of left alone pushing towers, and then this puts them at a even bigger lead. Now instead of a 10k, now it's 11k gold lead.
Not a good situation to be in if you were the side of Arctic Gaming, and because of course Max does have that global pressure, he's able to split push like a boss during this, keeping up pressure on all the lanes. So now this is the time for Arctic. They need to get the team fight of their lives, fight on this high ground tower, bait in the side of JungleBook, and JungleBook is maybe taking the bait here. Look at the backline right now. Mowgli is going off, peeling back the entire squad, but he may have stepped too far, and the team was not able to convert on that high ground tower. He is going to be here though as well. Skull King stepping forward, so 2 takedowns for 1 for the side of Arctic. That was exactly what they needed. The minions just weren't there. They couldn't backdoor the tower.
Yeah, this is what I talked about before, is with the new patch update, the towers take 85% or 80% less damage without a minion wave. They have significant percentage damage reduction to high ground tower. You cannot take a tier 3 tower without a wave. So this is why organizing the wave becomes so much more important. This is next level strategy here. You cannot push a single wave, and this basically gives Arctic a 1 kill advantage, which kind of puts them back. But as long as they continue to clear the wave and force these interesting dives from the side of JungleBook, Arctic can have a chance to come back. Because if they get an ace, that's going to be massive for the side of Arctic Gaming.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, you look at the gold, they need to find that here. And I have to say, Zunk has been looking solid so far, winning that early game lane, and now in these fights getting so much value constantly. This Wonder Woman so far has been the MVP for the side of Arctic right now, but I need to see Liliana start to come online. This has also been a bit of a non-factor here in these fights. I need to see them step up, dish that crucial damage here. Ruiz did a pretty good job of baiting them back in that last engage, pulling them under that tower. I need to see more of that, because we know when Ruiz is on, if he can get these picks, he is a beast. They just need to continue to convert those.
Yeah, on the same side of JungleBook, they need to start closing this game out, because you can see that they have full item build. This is their huge power spike. They're ahead on gold. They have the full item build on Lindis. This is their time to... Wow, look at the damage coming outside Lindis here.
That is absolutely crazy, but all the while, Wonder Woman just does not fall, and now it is Mowgli who is falling as Kappa is turning on this, and we do see Madeline in the back, but they just cannot kill this Wonder Woman. Trading out like that was, again, still good for the side here of Arctic. Zunk just will not die. That man is a beast.
Yeah, again, JungleBook is they're kind of stalling this game when they don't need to. They need to close this game out, because level 15 has been achieved on both sides. The item parity is starting to get closer for the side of Arctic. They need to start taking the Slayer and pushing at least 2 waves down these high ground towers and trying to end the game. They already have a high ground tower taken down, the tier 3 gone on the side of the bottom side of the map. So JungleBook needs to take the Slayer and make a play to then close the game out here.
Yeah, this is going to be crucial for them here. This Slayer is going to be that win condition here. For the side of Arctic, you need to maybe look to contest this, because if you are allowed this to go over for free, that could just spell the end of the game. With that additional Dark Slayer buff, they will have the damage. They will be able to dive with more impunity. So this is massive here for them. But CO, we haven't talked about him a lot yet so far in this game as well. The Joker needs to come online here and needs to line up this damage. But I have to say, despite getting caught out a lot here in the early game, Frika definitely has rallied well. The stuns have been on point. Yeah, he's still often finding his death in these fights, but the team is still coming out on top.
Yeah, and you can see that they're kind of waiting for Slayer to respawn here because it's not up. The key is like when they had that Slayer buff, they had to take a high ground tower, they had to get a kill, and then convert that into ending the game. So now, without a Slayer buff and without these waves organized, they literally can't do anything. Look how fast the Joker is just poking and Liliana just destroying these waves. They have to organize these waves and push in and force at least 2 high ground towers down, so then they can use a coordinated kind of attack strategy to kill the members of Arctic to secure this game. Because if they keep this up, everyone's going to get the same level, same builds, and you're going to give Arctic a chance to come right back into this game here.
All that early game lead you build up effectively counts for nothing. But one poke coming out from Liliana and a follow-up from the Joker, they're able to half health hard struck at this point in the game. Like, they are starting to hit hard. You weren't able to convert that early game advantage, and we have seen Arctic stumble in the late game, but maybe this is their chance to sort of recover on that. Maybe this is their chance to come back here, but Zunk is stepping out once again here. This is careful. They're going to look to engage in him. Not finding the stun was hard struck there. That was huge. The team was going to look to follow up and engage on that as well. But again, this Max in the late game, how they utilize him, they know where the entire opponent, they know where all the opponents are. His global vision is not going to give them as much of an advantage here.
Yeah, and another thing that JungleBook also should have done, they should have kind of turtled on their side. Even though they're ahead, you can actually turtle. And what I mean by that is, don't feed the waves to the side of Arctic. Don't push the waves. Force them to come out of their base to farm these waves. Because if you constantly push the wave and let them farm up, you're going to let them catch up and get that item parity.
Yeah, but they were able to snipe out this tower in the top lane, and Kappa stepping far forward here, able to dash around those survive as Max does fall. Mowgli and crew are now in full retreat. They got what they came for. They found the tower. Max was the sacrificial lamb here in the top lane, but now they have taken 2 of these high grounds. That was big, but now it is a 4v5, and the Darkslayer's up in 2 seconds. That might have actually not been the time to push for that play here, because they do it right as the Darkslayer comes up, which now means that they are down that crucial body. If Arctic is able to rally here, get a couple takedowns, get this Darkslayer, this is them coming back in this game.
Exactly. Arctic needs to secure the Darkslayer, but they need to anticipate that the side of JungleBook is going to be camping and waiting there. But if they get this Darkslayer, it's going to be huge for Arctic Gaming to come back in the game here.
Yeah, they need to commit to it, though. They need to go all in. The Darkslayer does end up going the way of Arctic. This is massive as Hardstruck and crew are now forced to try and deal with this. But Freaka, once again, too far forward, but the peel is there for their team. Arctic Gaming finding life here in this game. They're down 2 high ground towers. That is a tough deficit, but now they have a decent advantage. Can they make something happen with it?
Yeah, now Arctic wants to fight. Look at the items on the side of them. They're getting 4 to 5 tier 3 items. They're catching up finally, and this is going to be a huge fight because they have a Darkslayer buff, so they are now technically ahead in terms of the amount of damage potential they can output here against JungleBook, and this is their time. If they win the next fight, the game is going to be over. Whoever wins this next fight and gets the ace is going to end this game.
Arctic Gaming is in a tough position here because they just need to fight while they have this buff. Now you're talking about turtling. This is where the side of JungleBookSquad may look to do that here. They're going to fight under their towers because then they have this infrastructure. They are able to do that still. Hardstruck, though, needs to not get caught up. They're going in onto Zunk, trying to find the stun. Is there, finding the Max as well. The team is just going to retreat there. Oh, and coming in, only finding the Chognar, who, of course, is immune to that
yeah,
CC.
and that was a nice ult there. Wonder Woman used her ult, and then Chognar was able to use his Chaos protection, use his ult, and basically prevent Max from getting CC'd there. So basically saved that and basically was able to allow his team to disengage from the fight and not try to fight an Arctic Gaming, which has Darkslayer buff.
Yeah, this is literally just becoming a waiting game here at this point. And I have to talk about the mental fortitude that is required to play the patient game. Both of these teams are going to want to get a little bit antsy here. They're going to want to look to fight. But you just have to play it slow. You have to know when your strength is going to be there, when you are going to be able to find that opening. This is a game of chess, not checkers.
Exactly, but you can see that because JungleBook was not able to close out the game early, man, Arctic has a good chance. I mean, both teams are kind of even, except, you know, look at the side JungleBook. They have all their towers up, but because it's so late in the game, one bad fight can literally end the game here. So this is they have to be very careful on Heartside. He's going to get caught up by the Zill, and Kappa comes in there and kills him.
Oxy as well is going to fall here. That is a massive takedown for the side of Arctic Gaming. They're turning. She will be back into this fight, though, but they're going to try and dish out the damage. But the team now is in kind of full retreat here. Skulking and crew have to back out because they lost that crucial hero as well. I mean, Hardstruck just getting popped there in that fight. That was crazy, but finding something through all of that. The high ground tower was sniped. The minion wave was there. This was a massive. So despite losing a few crucial members, JungleBookSquad was able to make something out of it.
Yeah, and that was such a good play there. Now since they destroyed the last tier 3 tower, that means you got 5 super minions. And you know, super minions, you can't underestimate these guys.
We've seen them win games.
Yeah, there's 3 going to be coming down the middle, and then you have 1 on each side. That's 5 total. Now they have a lot of wave pushing power to not put a lot of pressure and end the game, because they can literally, if all 3 waves are crashing into the tower, they can just rush the core and destroy it. And that's what JungleBook needs to do, because they need to close out this game. And you saw Hardstuck there. His position, he's got to watch out for it, because I saw when he played Murad on Wednesday, his positioning was a little interesting, so he's got to be careful as Ryoma, because Ryoma, once you use your abilities, you don't really have an escape. You know, you're an easy target, and that's exactly what the Zill did. Kappa went in there, ulted him, did so much damage. Even though he had him down in Troy, Zill has so much Pierce now. He has Enchanted Boots, he has Hecates, and he has Staff of No. That's a lot of Pierce damage to counter against the Medallion Troy builds from the side of JungleBook.
So the problem now for the side of JungleBook is that they have to find a pick on a crucial squishy, but they're so mobile, they're tough to deal with. Like, unless they find the Joker, who has been very solid with his positioning, they are going to be in trouble here. Like, Liliana has so much mobility. You look at Zill, so hard to lock him down. And if they can then, again, Arctic Gaming can once again find the poke, find the pick, that's when they're doing well. But we see just the overall map control coming in from JungleBookSquad being demonstrated in spades here as they're pushing in all 3 minion waves, forcing the response here from Arctic Gaming. They need to just find a pick. The problem is they keep going in onto the Wonder Woman when it's obvious they really just can't kill her.
Yeah, she is the person that Arctic wants the enemy team to focus, because when she uses her ultimate bracelets of submission, she gets so much more tanky. She has a stun, and she gives her entire team behind her a barrier too for extra defense. So that's the person that they want JungleBook to focus when Wonder Woman goes in like that. And look at the poke coming from the side of Arctic. It's really hard for the side of JungleBook to really win the poke game here, and Arctic has the advantage, and they know it.
So this is the problem right now, is we are seeing the fact that we've reached the point in the game where JungleBookSquad's like, I don't actually think we can fight this. Because in a straight-up 5v5 engage, I'm not sure the JungleBookSquad is going to be able to come on top. They're just a little bit too squishy. Even with having Mowgli here, they just don't quite have the health bars to sustain through the raw damage that Arctic Gaming is outputting here, but they are going to go in now trying to find something. The poke, though, is not sufficient for the side of JungleBook. Arctic Gaming is still looking fine right now, and Hardstruck, he's Hardstruck for health right now, because every single time he pushes forward, his health bar is just halved instantly at the start of every fight, but he's going to go in. They need to try and find something, but instantly turning on him, deleting the follow-up. The knockup is there. Kappa's going in. He can be able to pick the rivals on the backline as well. Zio is standing under core, standing strong against Madeline. He's trying to split the team fight as best they can here. Oxy and crew are getting chased down right now. Skulking, only up against Zunk. Zunk is soloing out the backline right now. Skulking needs to take him down. Oxy, of course, will be back with that item there as well. So going to be able to try and survive, but no, not getting into the bush. The crucial movement speed that she needed. Skulking now is getting chased down. Zunk is all over this fight in the backline. Yeah,
they just need to get out here. I mean, there's 3 versus 2 at this point, and JungleBook cannot give the ace. If they give us 4 up now, if they give the ace or anything, Arctic Gaming can literally close out the game. Because look at the death timers on that. 40 seconds, 30 seconds plus. That's such a long death timer. It's going to now allow Arctic Gaming to now take some more turrets. Because think about it, JungleBook hasn't even lost a tier 1 turret until now.
This will literally be the first turret to fall in this game, but like, look at those super minions. Yeah. They take so long to knock down right now, and this is what I'm saying. And you know, you've got multiple lives. Like, watch how fast the tower dies in comparison to the minions there. You have so many extra lives here for the side of JungleBook because of the early infrastructure leads you were able to accumulate for yourself. Now the side of Arctic has to try and deal with this, but they're actually maybe going to look to try and chase this down here. If they can get some staggered deaths on the side of Arctic Gaming, this might be the opening the JungleBookSquad needs to go into here, and they find the stun onto Ruiz. Hardstruck finally finding the squishy, but of course, so nimble, so mobile, but here comes the Max in the backline, the damage, the Juggernaut is there. He is chasing down the backline. This is what he needs to be doing right now, but Zunk is joining the fray, taking him down in an instant. That Wonder Woman, MVP so far this game. They are trying to take down Fricka and crew, but it is not enough.
Wow, and that was such a risky fight for the side of JungleBook. This might be the game here. With the way you play Ryoma is he's trying to go in and commit so hard. Ryoma is like a 5-second hit monster. You want to wait for his pass to come up, hit people, using Willing Bait to stun, and then basically back off.
Zunk,
but the way that he's going in.
Zunk,
oh my
no!
God! What? The super minions come back to save the day.
I'm watching the core health and the minimap thinking, wait, hang on.